Hey, how's it going? It's JPChivalry going live with Higurashi when they cry. So it's been like 36 hours. It's fine. It's okay. The streak continues. It still exists. We're still on time, you know? It's just, yeah, after this morning's activities, just, it is what it is. But anyways, we're here now. We're going to continue. I think we're in the middle of chapter 2. We've only just started chapter 3 of Higurashi when they cry. What is it? Hold on. Tatarigoroshi. Right. So that's where we're at. Still haven't fixed the BTTV, but we're doing it anyways. It's already May 12th. Jesus. Okay. Well, we're already almost halfway through May. It's crazy. But yeah. Higurashi's been fun. You know? We're still going. I don't mean for that to sound like we're done with the series. No. No, we're still going. It's just, I realize it's been a week now. We got through 2 chapters. We're on the 3rd now. I don't know when this is gonna be over, because, I mean, I think... Well, if this is the shortest chapter ever, then, I don't know. I know chapter 4 is supposed to be... Right. I think Dirk said that it's like half the length of, the current chapters, but they do get longer as you go on. So, I don't know. Guess we'll see. What else? Alright, let's check the scary treat for today. Mushrooms can kill. The 2 species most commonly to blame in mushroom poisonings are the death cap, which contains 7 toxins and can be lethal with just 1 bite, and the destroying angel, often confused for an edible whitecap mushroom. Death cap, destroying angel. Who names these things? Dr. Evil? Woody, though? I don't know about Dr. Evil, but... Sharks with frickin' laser beams on their heads. Anyways. Played a little bit of Remnant today. That was fun. It's classic. It was like, what, last August, I think? When we played that with, Afterburn and Batty. So, it's nice. Nice to revisit. See the changes. Yeah. Let's get this show on the road. I think that's everything. Oh yeah, we made a channel trailer. Because, right, offline channel pages are available. I don't know if they're available for everybody, but it rolled out for me, so I can see that. And I was working on a channel trailer, or an idea, rather. I haven't actually, put it into being. Whipped up something quick. It made me laugh. Maybe it'll make you laugh too. I don't know. Maybe it's just weird. But, well, there we go. What's out there is out there. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go mute real quick, because I gotta do something. And then we'll start the reading. So, BRB. Alright, we're back. I think we last left off with a quick save, right? 9:03. 9:03. Yeah, 9:03 a.m. Right. I think what just finished was the curry penalty game. So there was a bento box challenge, and then we failed, along with Rika and Satoko. And then we were supposed to tell off, is it Chie Sensei? Off about the, her curry habits, I guess. Or just curry in general, right. just bad-mouthing curry. So, that's where he left off. And I think the school day's over. We didn't see the punishment. I think everything's okay. So I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay. Let's continue. In the end, my selfish request was readily granted. As Satoko muttered complaints under her breath, quite merrily, she came with me to the store. Rika-chan didn't come with us. She said she had a thing she wanted to do or something. I believed her when she told me, but when I really thought about it, I started to think maybe she was being considerate towards Satoko in her own way. Without Rika-chan here, Satoko was prouder and more loquacious than ever. Do you understand? Supermarkets will put things on sale when it gets near closing time. For example, you can't have a stir-fry without some pork, and if we wait a little longer, it'll be marked half off. They can't sell meat or fish once it's not fresh anymore, so they make it all cheaper in a last-ditch effort not to have anything left over. Of course, every veteran housewife is familiar with this concept, and when we get close to happy hour like we are now, I wasn't really listening to her, but she was telling me all this quite proudly. Every time I seemed surprised at something or made an affirmative grunt in place of conversation, Satoko would say, "You don't know anything, do you, Keiichi-san?" and smile very happily in spite of her complaints. She led me by the hand to all sorts of stalls, one after the other. So we went shopping. Also, whoops. Forgot to mute the phone. Right. Now I'm getting emails about Adobe Creative Cloud. Because I reinstalled... Well, right. I reinstalled Premiere Pro. Or no, I didn't even get past that phase. I got the free trial, and then lo and behold, oh, Windows 10 only. It's great. So now I'm getting emails. Luckily I wasn't charged, but it was a free trial, but still. Unfortunate. Anyways. She was in such a supreme mood that just being with her cheered me up. Merely being pulled into Soko's pace was a lot of fun. Hey, why don't we just go with this economy-sized pack? Whoa, there's a real good-looking one with cheese in it over here. Keiichi-san, you have no financial sense. Look at this. It's over our budget. We don't have enough money. Satoko pushed a handful of receipts in my face. Pfft. Why can't Satoko do these Jesus. Why can't Satoko do these kinds of mental calculations when she's at school? Drat. Should we buy a load of the normal ones or buy fewer of the better stuff with the cheese in it? This is quite troubling. Calm down. For boys at your age, it's wiser to choose quantity over quality. Grr. Satoko, you're being too strict. A man's heart desires both quality and quantity. Why can't you understand that? No matter the size of a man's heart, his wallet won't be any bigger. I swear. Hey, stop clinging to that glass so suddenly. After enjoying ourselves in such an exchange, we started to hear energetic voices coming from over by the butcher we visited earlier. I could see a handful of housewives flooding the place. Oh no! If we don't hurry, all the half-off pork will be gone. Ow! Ow! Don't pull me! Don't pull on my neck! Satoko really seemed like she was having fun. She looked like a kid who had grabbed her family's hands while running towards an amusement park attraction. In the end, the bag of pork we obtained was so normal that it almost hurt, but I knew that it would taste absolutely delicious. The cicadas had come out at some point, and the Higurashi were singing in chorus. The air was so clear, and it felt so good. Our silhouettes stretching out on the ground made for a really wonderful picture. We had filled our bicycle baskets to the brim with our shopping bags. They only contained ingredients and various other foodstuffs. Even so, every last thing packed in them sort of looked real happy, and made me feel really happy in turn. Going shopping for dinner seems pretty sensible too. Makes you really enjoy your meals. I can't wait to eat. That's part of cooking for yourself as well. Dinner starts while you're shopping for it. I'm so excited for this. Vegetable stir-fry isn't even in my mom's cookbook. Never get to eat it unless we go out to a Chinese place, so I'm really looking forward to it today. That is indeed a pity. Then today I'll present to you an especially tasty dish. Normally, right about now, was the time I would start messing with her. But I didn't. Yeah, they'll end up making something really great. I look forward to it. She stammered for a second. Satoko had been prepared for me to start making fun of her right then too, and when it didn't come, she was surprised. Or maybe she stammered for some other reason, I don't know. But I immediately knew she wasn't feeling anything bad. So far, it's very wholesome. Nothing bad has happened. Yes, I'll deliver an extraordinarily delectable dish. You better look forward to it. As Satoko and I rode back on our bikes, I had a thought. Was I this sort of person? Until now, I would have lashed back at Satoko right away if she did something to me. Yeah, that was the kind of relationship we had. We would poke at each other a little, then kick up a storm while nitpicking at one another. At some point, that had changed. We weren't playing our usual tit for tat. I didn't provoke her, so we didn't fight. That went for Satoko too. Satoko, who I thought I knew, hadn't been like this until now. Our relationship was changing little by little. That's what it felt like. But it wasn't something I had to worry about. It was like our relationship had become a little bit happier, a little bit more charming. I wonder why we'd changed like this. Was she lonely and projecting her older brother Satoshi, who hadn't returned home, onto me? Rika-chan told me about that yesterday. That's probably exactly it. So, as my actions drew closer to Satoshi's, Satoko was returning to how she'd been when she was living happily with her brother. In other words, this Satoko was the real Satoko. Satoko had been able to see her brother again, and had finally gone back to normal. Now that I'd been playing the role of her brother, I discovered that she really could smile so sweetly. But I wasn't Satoshi's Hojo. I was Keiichi Maebara, a totally different person. I couldn't become her brother. I could come close, but I could never really get there. That was vaguely, somehow, a little sad. I was wearing Satoshi's mantle, and that would have to come off one day. And that would doubtlessly put an end to this meager, nostalgic, peaceful time of Satoko's. A limited tranquility. A tranquility that would end one day. Putting it in those terms, it really was sad. I shook my head formally and drove off those pointless thoughts. What's the matter, Keiichi-san? Sorry, it's nothing. If it's nothing, then please don't act all strange like that. It makes me worried that you might have eaten something rotten. Right. Sorry, Satoko. Nagging like always, but she still seemed really happy. That mood of hers drew me in, putting a smile on my own face. Hey, Keiichi Maebara. Why don't we quit thinking about this having to end one day? If it will, then just think about it when that happens. There was one thing, however, that I could say for sure. As long as I smiled like this, Satoko's own smile would never wane. So as long as I stayed this way, this tranquility would never end. Satoshi would come back one day too. That might happen a lot further away than I'd like, but until that day, what's wrong with me being a replacement for him? Saying that I'm not her real brother, so I can't become Satoshi, that was just an excuse. If I just didn't run away, Satoko would stay happy, and live a fun life of annoyed nitpicking. I don't know what happened to Satoshi or what made him abandon Satoko and run away, but just seeing Satoko in such a good mood made me think I could persevere as long as I needed to. So this is what I thought. I wouldn't become Satoshi, I would become a replacement brother. I mean, you could do that, yeah? This is it. This is the kind of stir-fry I was waiting for. It's great. It's absolutely great. The salt and pepper in the broth, man, I could eat an entire pot of this. Stop that, Keiichi-san. You're spilling food everywhere. Food isn't going to run away. You don't need to eat it so fast. No, it will run away. The best and freshest flavors are running away from the moment the meal is completed. If you were to make 100 delicious things, then I would have a duty to taste every one of them. It's just good manners to do so. Your feelings are more than enough, so calm down and enjoy your food. Haha, you're right, I'm sorry. No insults here. I meekly scratched my head, then put down my chopsticks and laughed along with her, like it was funny. I ended up doing most of the eating. Satoko was barely taking a bite. She seemed satisfied just by watching me enjoy the food so much. Whenever I filled my mouth with more of her delicious meal, Satoko looked glad. That let me enjoy the food even more. In this way, she kept smiling happily the whole time. Looking at her made me really happy as well. The time passed softly and gently. Before, I would have gone back and forth hurling insults with Satoko. In other words, we would have gotten into a fight right away. I'd never known I could feel such peace of mind by talking to her honestly like this. I was a little bit happy about having discovered this new side of Satoko. For example, I was eating food that Satoko had made. There wasn't an inch of me that thought it was suspicious. Before, however, Satoko would have definitely put some sort of trap into this. I think I ate too much. I'm gonna take a dump. Jesus. Hey, Keiichi-san, it's bad manners to say such words during a meal. Then what should I say? I'm going to the bathroom? The toilet? The lavatory? The loo? Satoko looked down, her face bright red, and pointing down the hallway as if to say, just go already. Whoops, my old habits seem to have come back. But yeah, this wasn't all that bad either. No weird schemes, everything is just natural. And while having such early unguarded thoughts, I went into the bathroom. Tug. My foot caught on something string-like. Huh? Whoa! Bang! Kerslay! Yo! Rattle, rattle. A kettle? Wash tubs? Satoko! She got me. Can't believe her. She always does this when I let my guard down. Can't relax for a minute around her. Still, it was kind of funny and I didn't really feel like getting angry. Satoko, laughing uproariously, came over. See? I knew you would fall for it sooner or later. Why, you little... Let my guard down for 1 second, and this is what I get. I picked up all the wash tubs that hit me in the head and went to go hit Satoko with them. But then I doubled over with the laughter that has been welling up within me, so I couldn't manage it. I wish things could go on forever like this. I don't know about the traps part, but you know, everything else seems nice. It's not like I was having the most fun since coming to Hinamizawa or anything. But it was probably the first time that I'd spent my day so simply and comfortably. It really wasn't worth much. It was only a few hours after all. As an only child, it was my first taste of having a sibling. Just washing dishes with her felt really nice. Oh no, you broke the schedule. I did. How's it going, Effie? Have the stream on mute and pause? Okay. I mean, yeah. So I think on the schedule we put noon, but yeah, we already explained ourselves. We're fine. It's all okay. But yeah, appreciate the lurk, Effie. Appreciate it. Saying it twice feels weird, man. As an only child, it was my first taste of having a sibling. Just washing dishes with her feet. With her feet? With her felt really nice. I don't have a foot fetish, you guys, I'm sorry. Side by side we watched, with the experienced Toko doing most of the work as I threw an inappropriate... What is wrong? Is this what happens when it's 36 hours of no reading? Side by side, we watched, with the experienced Satoko doing most of the work, as I threw in appropriate words to add to the conversation. The scene was so commonplace, and yet so mild and warm. Maybe I had felt this kind of warmth before too, in the past. I think I've stood next to the sink with my mother like this when I was little. It made me feel nostalgic when I remembered it. It was the same sort of slow, easy time. It was tranquil. Such a quiet tranquility that the fact I wasn't uneasy about anything itself almost made me uneasy. Hey, wait, Keiichi Mibara. You feel uneasy about something just from spending time so leisurely? Leisurely? There's nothing at all to feel uneasy about. I mean, why would I be punished for enjoying a gentle life? I'd do anything to keep these days going, and I would never do anything bad, no matter what. I'd work hard for it, and endure much for it. So God, it's not much of a dream to want this kind of thing to keep on going, but can't you grant it? Well... oh? Is that not the telephone? Who could it be at this hour? Oh, you're right. I hadn't noticed until she mentioned it. I hurried to stand up and then ran to the phone. Who could it be at a time like this? It did feel a little like the phone had interrupted my happy moment. But I still wanted to brag about how happy the time I was spending with made me, no matter who it was on the other side. Hello? Moshi mosh. This is Mibara speaking. Hello? Keiichi? It's your mother. Oh. Oh, hello, Mom. What is it? It's pretty late. That was a little cold of me, when she was only calling because she was worried about his son. I couldn't help but give myself a dry smile. It sounds like you're doing just fine for yourself. I was worried that you couldn't make dinner and went to bed hungry. Nah, it worked out. Did you make dinner properly? What did you have tonight? Heh. It was vegetable stir-fry, rice, and miso soup. Bought stuff for it at the supermarket, plus a whole bunch of side dishes just for fun. Oh yeah, listen to this. I got the pork during the sale and got it half off. The things a housewife knows, right? And also, all that was thanks to Satoko and not something I should be proud about. But still, I couldn't help but want to boast about the dinner tonight. It seemed like Mom got the hint that I was in a really good mood. I see. I'm so relieved that you're doing just fine. Oh yes, another thing. Your dad and I finished up with our job. We think we'll be back tomorrow afternoon or evening. Oh, I see. We did well for 2 nights. We've been pulling all-nighters too. It was a lot of work, but we managed to fill the gap in your dad's mentor's event. Cool. Madarama, right? Madarame? Trying to think of Persona 5. Cool, that's good. Well done. Why did my parents coming home seem so disappointing? I knew a little bit of the reason, of course. This tranquility I never wanted to end was about to end so readily. It was a little painful. After being asked what kind of souvenir I wanted from Tokyo and replying that anything edible would be great, I put down the receiver and Satoko appeared, having finished cleaning up her trap. At first, Satoko was in a very good mood, but when she saw me put down the receiver with an uncertain expression, her own clouded over a bit. It seemed like she'd gotten the gist of what my phone conversation had been about. Is that your parents, Keiichi-san? Yeah. Mom says they'll be back tomorrow. Well, that's good then. I won't have to go to the trouble of making dinner tomorrow. Now you can enjoy your meals with just your family. No, that's not it. When I think about the dull, plain dinner table coming back tomorrow, it's a little lonely. You sure do live in luxury. Family sitting around the dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal at all. Her brother, Satoshi, running away from home came to mind immediately. But there was no gloom in the way she said it. It was only for 2 days, but they were very enjoyable dinners. Well, next time I'll go to your house to visit. Oh, okay, I got it mixed up. I was confused. Who was saying what? Huh? Satoko momentarily made a happy smile, but then a second later it changed to an expression of surprise. My house is small and it's dirty, and the kitchen isn't as good as this one. Isn't as good at this one. Well, I don't mind, but, well, if you don't want to, then I won't. Satoko shook her head firmly, her whole body expressing denial. I gotta get you to teach me a whole bunch more stuff too. I finally managed to figure out how to use the rice cooker and how to cook miso soup after all. That's right, isn't it? Perhaps we should use this opportunity to have you learn more about cooking. It was so like Satoko to take this chance to proclaim that it was all for my sake. But there was no way to conceal her own enthusiasm. It was true that this gentle time would come to an end when my parents got back. There was no need to lament that, though. I can easily put in the effort to continue our mild moments like this. Like yesterday, Satoko told me she didn't need to be escorted home, but Rika-chan wasn't with her tonight. She'd be going home by herself. Everyone knew everyone else's face here in Hinamizawa, so it wasn't like it was dangerous to go out at night, but it still wasn't good to send a girl on her way all alone. At the very least, that's what I thought as Satoko's older brother. I'll take you as far as school, at least. There's more lights over in that direction anyway. It's really fine, alright? If someone bad shows up, I'll take them down with one finger. There's no point in pressing her anymore on the subject, so I took a handful of Satoko's hair and rubbed her head vigorously. Come on, Satoko, don't complain so much. Your Nini will bring you part of the way there. That's what I was about to say when I suddenly got embarrassed and my voice trailed off. Nini could only be the nickname Satoko gave to her older brother and nothing else. I was about to use it pretty lightly, so I started to feel apologetic and a little ashamed. Nini. Eh? What did Satoko just say? Well, Keiichi-san just seems like an older brother. That is what I said. It's not quite right, but you seem kind of alike, so I just... Oh ho ho ho. Satoko laughed awkwardly and turned red in the face. Of course, I was embarrassed when I saw her too, because the fact that I was trying to act like her brother had gotten across. A warm feeling spread out from my chest. It was completely different from romantic feelings or any of those more impatient emotions. It's much more graceful, quiet, and warm, and calm. Satoko still needed her Nini. I initially thought Rika-chan was being sly by not coming today. When I thought about it like this, I could feel a kind thoughtfulness of her worrying about a good friend's feelings. Maybe Rika-chan had understood that she couldn't play the part of a brother herself. So then... No, let's stop there, Keiichi-barbara. There's no point in thinking about it so hard. It means everyone feels the same way. It means everyone wants Satoko to be happy. Satoko was acting as though her Nini running away from home didn't bother her at all. Even though that wasn't actually the case. She was very sad and always waiting for him to come home. Because Satoko was a stable person when she was his sister. In order for her to really be this level-headed, having a brother was something she couldn't do without. In other words, Satoko still needed a brother. Nobody had the right to smile it away as childish immaturity. In fact, they deserve praise for being so close to each other as siblings. That role of brother should be played by a real Nini, by Satoshi, but unfortunately, he wasn't here. So since I'm here, I'll play the part. Not with a guilty conscience, but in a very natural way. Because... is there something wrong with seeing Satoko smile so happily? No? Right? Maybe? What is it, Keiichi-san? You've been smirking for quite a while now. Is it weird for me to look happy? It isn't weird or anything, but, well, the sound of the motor on her bike light was too loud and I couldn't hear what Satoko said. Motor? On a bike? Huh? I mean, motorcycle, I guess, but...
Nice word.
Yeah, I don't know. What'd you say about my mom? Thank you for the follow. How's it going? Huh? What? What did you say? Also good name. Nothing. You really are just like Nini, you know? Keiichi-san. Is that right? Of course, you're completely different from my real Nini. But like, there's things that you do the same. It's really a mystery. The same. Do you feel lonely when you remember Nini? Once I said that, I thought for a moment that was absolutely the wrong thing to say, but Satoko didn't seem to mind one bit. It's not that I'm lonely, since Keiichi-san is being my Nini for me right now. Well, as I was flustered for a moment at her hitting the mark, Satoko suddenly asked me a question in her calm voice. It's very quiet, composed, an adult question. Is it Rika? It was quiet, but her voice sounded lonely somehow. Didn't Rika ask you to act like my Nini for me? Is that what you think? please don't take offense. Rika is strangely considerate of me, but it really doesn't bother me that much. I can say for sure that at least was a lie. Yesterday and today, Satoko had been so happy spending time like this with me as siblings. And that was proof itself that she was lying about it not getting to her. So I gave Satoko a light poke in the head. You're thinking too much, dummy. I'm me, Keiichi Mibara, not your Nini, not Satoshi Hojo. I know that. Despite her saying that, her expression seemed a little lonesome. At this point, Satoko herself had realized that her question had been the wrong thing to say. We didn't need to keep talking about something that Satoko regretted. So in order to cut the conversation short, I grabbed Satoko's head and pat her. Let's not talk about silly things like that. It's getting late, so get back home, brush your teeth, and go to bed. And rinse your mouth before sleeping too. It'll keep you from getting a cold. You're one to talk, Nini. Be sure to brush your teeth, okay? Rinse your mouth and wash your hands, then get your books ready tomorrow, and I wonder what kind of siblings Satoko and Satoshi were. I've never seen them together, but I could say without a doubt that they were really close. As for the way in which they were close, it was probably quite like this. It was so cool that the day's heat seemed like a lie, yet the moonlight was somehow faintly warm. The quiet chorus of the insects was pleasing to the ears. That's not the chapter. That's the chapter. What is this? What is this notification? That's what it was. Satoko's trap course. Intermediate. Whoa. Not a bad BGM. Trials and tribulations. Oh, the bento. I see. Intermediate trap course. Okay. Getting comfortable. Readjusting. I could see Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun walking over to the gym storehouse. They need to get the bag of lime used to make the lines on the court for our next gym class. They were on duty today, after all. But in that storehouse, a terrible trap was awaiting them. Being on this side of the trap for once is really thrilling. Ho ho ho! If you realize that. If you realize that is the true pleasure in setting up traps, then you have the potential yourself, Keiichi-san. The two of them fumbled around for the gym storehouse its lock. Oh, what's this? Okamura-kun pointed at part of the door and started whispering to Tomita-kun. Then, realizing something, they both jumped away from the door. Is it hot? Oh, Satoko, I think they found out. Did we mess up? I had calculated that they would notice the trap at the entrance. And of course I've calculated what action they would take now. Ho 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 ho. According to Satoko, after they noticed the suspicious trap in the door, they would go around and try to get in through the back window. And just as she prophesied, they went around to the back. And just as she prophesied, they climbed up, opened the window, and tried to sneak in. Wow, amazing. Everything's exactly like you said. Ah, it got them. Oof. Oof. An explosion of pure white lime burst out of the window. After a few moments, the two of them managed to crawl away from the window, both of them completely white. Ho 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 ho! Ho 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 ho! This is the moment I'd live for. It tastes like honey. But still, that was some trap. You would have had to know everything to set something like that up. Where they put their hands, their legs, where they jump down. Listen carefully, Keiichi-san. The first step to making a trap is to watch and observe the victim. You must scrupulously predict their movement patterns, how they move at any given moment. If you do that, then you can achieve the greatest possible results with only the most minimal trap. Come to think of it, before Satoko read the final move at that final moment earlier, Mion had given her high praise, saying she had the makings of a genius. So it's all about reading the opponent. So then, traps you caught me in before, they work because you figured out everything I do? Yes. I can see you right through all your actions, and that's how I set them up. So if one day you suddenly started having different habits and behavior, I wouldn't be able to anymore. Bragging that she could anticipate everything I do, that was kinda mean. Okay then. Let's play a game now. I want to test whether your predictions are accurate. Yes, that's fine with me. Ch.3, you're particularly easy to get a read on. I could do it before breakfast. Ho 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 ho. When we went back to the classroom, Satoko tore off pieces of paper and wrote something on the back of them, making 3 cards. Of course, I didn't know what she'd written. Please pick one of these cards, Keiichi-san. If you do not pick one that says you're a loser, you will win. Great, you're on. The club has built up my sensitivity to this stuff, so I'll smash right through your predictions. Satoko smirks and holds up the 3 cards. Set your mind to full power by calming it, Keiichi Meibar. Cool and collected is how you'll win. Oh. If I don't pick the losing one, I'll win. Which means if I do pick it, Satoko will win. In other words, Satoko wants to make me pick the losing one. What would she do to make sure I pick the losing one? Could she even predict something like that? Statistically speaking, isn't there some rule that says I'm more likely to pick the one in the middle, or the ones on either side? And then it hits me like a flash. This is what Mion would do. Now, which one will you pick? I made my decision, and it is... this one! Huh? Ah! What are you doing? I steal all 3 cards from Satoko's hands. I predicted what Satoko would do in advance. Satoko wanted to make sure I picked the losing one, which meant all 3 of these were losing ones. And that's how I knew. Allow me to look at all 3. I'll flip all 3 cards face up, and on each one there's a single word. You're a loser? What is this? You're a loser? Huh? It means just what it says. If you had only chosen one, you wouldn't have lost. What? You predicted that I'd draw 3? Yeah. I held my head in my hands and fainted as Satoko reveled at the might of her abilities. Her shrill laughter echoed throughout the classroom. And then, there was a poof as lime powder came down upon Satoko's head. I looked to see Tomita-kun and Okumura-kun all in white, dumping a whole bag of lime powder on her, getting their revenge. Hojo, you're the only one who could have set up a trick like that. Well, excuse me. Would you happen to have any proof? And I'd like it if you didn't call it something so inelegant, a trick. I would prefer you call it something more refined, a trap, please. Payback! Eek! Keiichi-san, help me! Oh jeez. Our underclassmen crashed around the classroom in furious combat, getting white lime everywhere. Hey, Satoko, why couldn't you see this coming exactly? At the time, I hadn't seen something coming too, though the teacher coming to me afterward and giving us all a stern talking to. No, that's it. That's it for the tips. It's a pleasant song. Chapter 3. I'm gonna take a sip. Now, is that lunch, or is that the end of the school day? Because I don't think they ring the bell at the beginning of the day, right? Also... okay. Guess we're good. Oh really? Your parents came home? Huh? They smelled like energy drinks and their eyes were all bloodshot. They said they had a crazy amount of stuff to do and were up 2 whole nights in a row. Adults have it tough. Dad is an artist, right? They really do have it rough. Come to think of it, he was, wasn't he? I'd very much like to see what kind of things he draws sometime. An artist, huh? I'd seen a number of watercolor and acrylic paintings on display, but he had to have been doing some other job too. Just what did Dad do exactly? Didn't let anyone into his workshop after all. I wanted to sneak a peek one day. So the house was empty for 2 days after all that? That didn't leave much time. So, Kei-chan, did you manage to go after that character who was in your heart? The absence of parents is a must-have for a Roger protagonist. He built up a lot of relationship points and raised all the right flags. I have no idea what any of you are talking about. That means you don't need to cook for yourself anymore, Keiichi-kun. What did you make last night? In the end, I didn't make a single thing for myself. Last night's dinner, well, it was vegetable stir-fry. Wow! Kei-chan, you can make a little bit of real cooking now, huh? You made vegetable stir-fry? Did it come out good? Did it? Rena-san, you're being unpleasant. Why are you clinging to me? A delicious meal and friendly dishwashing together. How nice, how nice. Hey, I said you're being unpleasant. Huh? What are you talking about? Neon, utterly confused, asked me for clarification, but I just barely, albeit transparently, averted my eyes. Right. Does anyone have plans for this afternoon? You don't, do you? Today was Saturday, the beautiful day on which we were liberated from the confines of school in the afternoon. Actually, the school in Hinamizawa had slightly different Saturdays than those in the city. So wait, does that mean Watanagashi's tomorrow? Or is it like the previous Saturday? What Saturday is it? There are a lot of students here who brought a bento, ate it at lunch, and then went to play in the school or around the schoolyard. You could say that the entire school turned into a children's playground. There are mountains behind the school, and if you went down that way, you'd find mountain streams. You could avoid the strong sunlight and make conversation in the classroom if you wanted to. You could also play hide-and-seek in the construction pipes. Of course, you were free to go home as well. There are some kids who went home and helped water the fields or attended to stores. If Mion was bringing up the afternoon like this, then it must have been for some crazy big club event. However, sadly I had something I needed to do before taking part in whatever it was. You have work? That's unlucky. I wonder what kind of work it is. Maybe helping his father with his artwork job? For being a model for his father's art? A model? A nude what? How... I looked on Rena's eyes and saw myself completely naked in a questionable pose, with a single rose in my mouth. No, I wouldn't do that for 1,000,000 yen. To get rid of Rena's delusions, I grabbed her head and swung it from side to side. How... Stall... Sorry, leaving your fanciful delusions aside. I have something to do real quick during lunch. I'm okay to meet up with you after I'm done, though. Work during lunch? I see. That sounds kind of cool, actually. What could it be? Are you having a banquet with VIP experts? Like a business lunch? This is truly sad, but you're right. What? What? Everyone shouts wildly, surprised. What is going on? What is happening in the life of Keiichi Maebara? Okay, what? Oh, did he run home? It was true. Today I'd be on the job with my family. For my dad's job, he was having about 10 people from a publishing agency over for a house party. Right, they finish early on Saturdays, right? Or no? He called people from work for a party the day after having stayed up 2 nights in a row. I'm amazed at their vitality. Adults have it pretty rough. Of course, it would be incredibly uncomfortable for me. It'd be really tiring to have to force myself to smile at some old dudes I didn't know. But they were my dad's important business connections, so offending them would be bad. Well, with all that said, it was going to get very uncomfortable for me today, starting at lunch. Well, what an intelligent child. This is my son, Keiichi. Keiichi, this is San from... And this person here is San, the manager. Say your hellos. Yep, hello. My name is Keiichi. I appreciate all you've done for my father. Keiichi-kun, do you draw pictures like your father does? I'd very much like to see them. My dad had such a brazen occupation that of an artist, although I don't really know what kinds of things he creates. I don't really care, and I don't want to see anyway. Dad's so tight-fisted about it, so he doesn't show them to me very often anyway. I'm not a kid anymore, so I wouldn't care at all if there were pictures of naked ladies or anything. If you study under your father as an apprentice, you'd be able to become a great artist like him. You'd be able to become a great artist like him, too. Excuse me? This is between you and me, but my dad, is he really that great of an artist? I readied myself and whispered my question. It might have seemed odd for a son to be asking this, but when I did, he gave me this really strange grin and tightly clamped down onto my shoulders. Yes, he is truly a fantastic artist. Is that so? Glad to hear it. There are no purchase restrictions. He does fan service, and he always answers the letters he gets. He has an inquisitive mind, always on the prowl for what the world needs. Taking off your socks? Absolutely not. And that goes for glasses and school uniforms too. Mibara-sensei understands these things perfectly. Every event sees him along the wall with a huge lineup. Sorry, but his pictures? They're not ones you hang on the wall? Not at all. In the beginning, everyone starts in the islands, and then to their corners, and finally climbing up to the corners of the larger paths. The final destination is the famous wall. You too. Please become a great artist who can display his works in unison with Mibara-sensei. I'll cheer you on. It's fine to have a lot of passion for the things you like, but I didn't get it. But it seemed that the world of art ran pretty deep. It was probably a much deeper world than I could have imagined. I decided to leave it at that. Then I realized my mom was calling me from the other side of the room. Hey Chi, it's the phone. It's a friend of yours? A lucky break. Maybe I could get out of this uncomfortable business party by using a friend's phone call as an excuse. I scampered over to the front door and snatched up the receiver my mom had left there. Hello? It's me. Hello, me. That's not how you answer the phone, Keiichi-san. I implore you, learn how to choose your words more properly. I was of the opinion that the person speaking to me had a far stranger way of talking. Oh, it's Satoka. It's unusual for you to call my house. This isn't the time for pleasantries. Keiichi-san, when are you going to be able to come? Sorry. Looks like this is going to be a bit long. I can't get them to let me go. I want to go do things with the club now, but... That's not it, Keiichi-san. It wasn't about the club today. It's a real battle. Soko's voice was different from normal. I could feel the urgency in it drifting through the phone. A real battle? That doesn't sound good. What's the situation? I'll explain the particulars when we meet. Anyway, this is a terrible crisis. At this rate, we're gonna lose. What on earth was going on? Could it have been a fight? I didn't know who they were, but laying a hand on someone from Hinamizawa was an absolutely terrible idea. Right. Whoa! Jimmy with the raid! How was the stream? How was the World of Light Nuzlocke? Oh, Effie joining in. It was good. I died. Oh no. Yeet. See ya, Effie. Oh yeah. You had you said you died 2 runs? Did you lose another one? Or no? Did you make it through? We're just playing Higurashi, When They Cry. It's the cicadas. But yeah, it was my 3rd run and I died. Ah, gotcha. You'll get it next time. See, the trick is you just gotta get Solid Snake, and then you win, right? Maybe. Right. Got it. I'll come and reinforce you right away. Where are you at? We're on the Okonomiya Elementary School campus. There are signs at the station, so you should be able to figure it out. Anyway, we're in a huge hurry. The school campus? The situation could have a lot of people. The situation could have a lot of people involved. Could have turned into an all-out brawl. Who is the enemy here anyway? Oh, I'm on fire. Got it. I'll be there soon. Should I bring a weapon with me? Like a metal baseball bat or something? You have a metal bat? That would be fantastic. Wait. Keiichi has the bat now? We'll wait for you here. The call cut off abruptly. I need to hurry. Oh, Keiichi. I was looking for you. San here from was looking for a photocopy. Now it's not the time. Don't we have a bat? A metal bat? If not, then anything long will do. If anything long will do, then my golf clubs are in the storage room. Didn't have the same kind of impact, but a golf club is a splendid weapon too. It was lighter than a baseball bat, and maybe easier for me to use. Thanks. I'm borrowing one. I really need to go see my friends for something. It's urgent. Sorry. What? Keiichi? Wait a minute. I grabbed a golf club, jumped on my bike, and headed straight for town. Wait for me, Satoko. I'll be right there. Just hold out until then. Okay, so he doesn't have the bat. Okay. Didn't actually know where Okadamiya Elementary was exactly, but Satoko's phone call seemed to demand urgency, so I rushed out without asking her about how to get there. But if I went to the station, there would be signs, at least. I feel like that's what she said. Then I heard the jingling of a bicycle bell from behind me. I'm gonna head to sleep, have a stream. Sounds good, Jimmy. Thanks for the raid. Have a good rest. Sorry if we're just reading. It's a visual novel, you know? That's how it be. Oh, hey, it's Rika. Hello there. Hey, Rika-chan. Ha, ha. Keiichi, you came quickly. You put the pedal to the metal. Damn. This isn't the time to be out of breath. Need to hurry. Sorry, where's Okadamiya Elementary? I'll show you the way. Come along with me. Rika-chan rode off on her bike. I followed her. Satoko suddenly called me out here, but what on earth is going on anyway? At first, we had the advantage. However, they called in a helper. It's bad manners. A helper. What cowards, calling for reinforcements the minute they realize they'd lose? They're taking everyone out one by one. We can't put a dent in them. Goal. Sounds like they're pretty strong. Anyway, I'll ask about it later. We don't have time, right? Please hurry. Leave it to me. Yeah, it'd be like that. With Rika-chan leading the way, we head straight for the elementary school grounds. I asked Rika-chan something during that time. It seemed like that all the club members besides me were part of this fight. Damn, so what Mion was trying to tell everyone was that this would happen? If I'd known that, I would have just ditched my family job. But it was too late for regrets. According to Rika-chan, we had a one-sided advantage at the start, but our angry foes had brought in a powerful ally. Club members put up a resistance and went against them one by one, but apparently they couldn't stand up to them. The combined efforts of the whole club couldn't win. Couldn't win? Just what kind of monster is this guy? He's amazing. This enemy is orthodox. What? Orthodox? So they weren't using thuggish brawling tactics, but had actually studied karate or something? Is that what she meant? Keiichi is our last ray of hope now. Okadamiya Elementary came into view. I could hear many voices raising hell over there. Whoa! Mion! Rena! Satoko! I'll be there soon! I'll crush them all at once. There are a lot of bicycles left out in front of the school. I left mine there next to them in the same way. I could tell there were a lot of people flooding the campus. Were the two armies in the midst of a huge, no-holds-barred brawl? I took my golf club in hand. Whoosh! I swung it. I felt the sensation of it sticking firmly to my palm. Great! The feedback wasn't bad. I'm gonna go all out with this thing. I dashed at a breakneck speed to the school gate, swinging it around. Come with me, Rika-chan. I'll show you what the mighty manly warrior Keiichi Mibara can really do. Wow. Keiichi, you're so reliable. You're going to rampage with a golf club. Rika-chan applauded me, though a little dryly, lauding my valiance. The manly Keiichi Mibara put it behind him, and headed for the place where he may die. But Keiichi, why did you bring a golf club today? I had no choice. At first I figured a baseball bat would have been good, but we don't have one in my house. Golf club is far better than going barehanded, so I brought one. How very excellent. I'll give you a pat on the head. Can't wait to see your golf club rampage. Despite the emergency situation, Rika-chan reached up and stroked me on the head. Hey, this is no time for jokes. Huh? Crack. Just then, extremely loud metallic sound rang out, and I heard many people cheering. No, they're just playing baseball. Left. Ah, we missed. Run! You can get to second base, go! Center, calm down. Send it to third. Center fielder caught the ball, and after a brief pause, sent it flying to third base. If he had pitched it wildly, I'd get there. He gave up on second and threw it to third with time to spare. The instructions from the bench, they were solid. Wait, what? Oh, Keiichi-kun's here. Sotoko-chan, Keiichi-kun's here. You're late. Loafing around is only okay when you do it at the bread shop. Whoa, who's this guy? This Maebara-kun kid. Will he really save us? We're up against the ace of Oshima, left arm Kameda-kun. He can beat a Koshian class pitcher. He must be a god. It's okay. I'm sure that Keiichi-kun can turn the tables. He's a really dependable person. Murmur. What? He's the pinch hitter brought in to take out left arm Kameda with this bullet fastball? The one who had one no-hit, no-run game after another during the regional qualifiers. The undefeated demon pitcher of Ushima. The super high school level pitcher that had already been marked by professional scouts. He's gonna win against him? Some greenhorn pitcher like that is no match for Keiichi-san. He'll send his throws all the way to the back screen for an easy victory. Murmur. There was a slugger like that in this prefecture? I had no idea. He must have gone under the radar. Hey! San from Hanshin stood up. Hey! Take a picture. His full name is Keiichi Maebara. Look him up in the database and send his history to our office. Which one is Keiichi Maebara? Pictures. A whole lot of sports journalists, led by Satoko, gripped their cameras tightly and searched for the rumored Keiichi Maebara. As for me, I was so dazed at what was happening that I was frozen in place with my golf club up in the air. Keiichi-san, over here. Eh? The camera people stared at me through their viewfinders, and just like I had, they turned to stone. In the hands of their gallant pitch hitter, Keiichi Maebara was a golf club. Nobody could seem to understand why I was holding something like this. And at this point, neither did I. Cheap. Cold, greasy sweat dripped from me. The first one to break the inordinately awkward silence was Rena. Keiichi-kun. Yeah? May we ask you a question? Please don't. Second waves of my entreaty flowed out of my face along with my sweat. It somehow seemed to reach two of them. The deathly quiet reporters all parted, as Moses once parted the sea. But Moses probably didn't go through the parted seas this quietly. If you were playing baseball, then tell me that from the start. What? Did I not say that? I mean, I told you to come to the campus with a baseball bat. What else could you have thought it was? Oh, she did say that? And what manner of thing caused you to mistakenly bring a golf club here instead? I think Keiichi-kun must have done it on purpose to lighten our moods and get us pumped, I think. Rena smiled bitterly and covered for me with all her might. Please believe her, everyone. I'm begging you. Keiichi loves golf. Pet. Rika-chan started petting my head, a broad grin on her face all the while. I pushed her hand away, grabbed her from behind by her suspenders, and picked her up like a kitten. Meet Rika-chan! Why didn't you tell me it was a baseball game when we met at the station? I wouldn't have had to suffer such a disgrace. Ipa! Rika-chan's smile was like the sun, so incredibly innocent. She's glowing. When I saw Rika-chan's radiant smile, I couldn't help but feel I could forgive anything she did. However, if Rika-chan thought I actually would, then she had another thing coming. Anyway, this is your punishment, Rena. Meet? Rika-chan still plucked up in my hand. I offered her to Rena. That's right. The kittenified Rika-chan sent Rena's voltage into overcharge. How? I'll take her. Rena will take her. How? So cute. Hop, spinny, spinny. Rena stuck out her tongue like a chameleon and preyed upon Rika-chan while spinning her around. Rika-chan's so cute. Rika-chan's so cute. How... Meep, meep. Rena held her tight as a vice and began to get her full fill of rubbing her cheek into Rika-chan's. Their cheeks rubbed together tightly. Rika-chan's face looked like it was being crushed by Rena's. I do not know what has happened, but it looks like Rika has gotten her just desserts. Yeah, I recently found out that Rika-chan isn't only cute. How? I got Keiichi-kun's permission. I'm gonna take you home. Meep, meep. Meep. For the moment, I just gave her a 3-minute timeout. By the way, Satoko, that urgent call was for a baseball game? Yes, that's correct. You said you had a house party with your family? I suppose I was wrong to ask, but in times of trouble like these, you obviously must prioritize friends over family. I feel like that's what I was supposed to be saying, not you. Well, it's just a business party for my dad, I guess. I honestly felt glad to be called out here. So what's the crisis situation look like? 6-7? Which means our team is losing, huh? 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th? What the heck? This game is almost about to end. We would have had a little more time if you gotten here sooner. Do you have any idea how difficult it was for us to hold out for this long? Alright, I'm sorry. Okay, so what am I doing? Am I gonna be the pinch hitter? Just leave it to me. It may not look like it, but I went to the batting cages a lot before I moved here. My dad went there for fun, and I used to go with him pretty often. Pretty confident about just hitting the bat with the ball, but... Vroom. Tremendous sound rang out, the likes of which I'd never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending up a light cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound had come from the ball. Hey now, wait a second. What's up with that crazy fastball anyway? Surprised? Yeah, that's a bona fide Koshien level pitcher. Don't you know about Left Arm Kameda-kun, the ace of Oshima? Sorry, can't say I do. Wait, Mion? What happened to you? Mion showed up, and to my surprise, she was wrapped up in bandages. Just what on earth happened? Well, you came late, so I guess we need to explain from the beginning. Oh, Done with Rika-chan? Yep. I had a lot of fun, and she's so cute. She's so soft and fluffy and squishy. How I could eat just her cheeks 3 meals a day. Beep. I can't get married anymore. What? I wonder how Rika-chan's cheeks taste if you could eat them 3 times a day. It almost flipped my own delusion switch, but I put a stop to it using logic. I was an adult. Okay, explain away. How did things get screwed up enough that a Koshien relief pitcher ended up in a baseball game for fun? Everyone exchanged glances. Then Rena spoke for all of them. At first, well, it was just a normal baseball game. It's not been much, just a little grudge match between the Hinamizawa Fighters and the Okunamiya Titans. We were just having a grand old time, really. Nothing much. Well, in simpler terms, it was an intramural match. The match settled the grudge between Hinamizawa and Okunamiya. They say grudge, but it's all pretty peaceful and friendly. So why is our whole club a part of it? Some of you are wearing uniforms and some aren't. Last I checked, we weren't the school baseball team. That is, well, it was pretty irresponsible. They happen to have some players who couldn't make it today. They were pretty down in the dumps, so we ended up getting involved post-haste. I see. So if there weren't enough members, anyone could come to the rescue, whether boy or girl, and no matter what grade they were in. That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school. Rika-chan told me we were crushing them at the beginning. Mi is an amazing batter. She was hitting home runs left and right. Mion probably stuck out her chest. Doing so seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groaned pathetically. Yes, every time Mion-san went up to bat, she hit a home run and brought everyone on the bases in. Unlike Satoko, she can actually hit the ball. Rika! Alright, I think I got the gist of it. So you were having a pretty easy time until that Koshian pitcher showed up. That's right. It was all us at the beginning. Maybe we didn't get all that many points, but we were always hitting people on the bases. And Kameda-kun from Oshima just happened to show up to watch the game today. Oshima was apparently a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshian. This man, known as the ace of their baseball team, Kameda, seemed to be quite skilled. Now I thought about it, it was certainly strange to see cameramen with journalist armbands here to watch a casual baseball game out in the sticks like this. I heard that when Kameda was little, he was on the Okonomiya Titans. He figured it out, right? His old team was losing, so that's why he jumped in as relief pitcher and took the mound. Now it's just terrible. He can't even hit any foul balls, much less get anyone on base. But still, a Koshian pitcher barging in, it's unfair. We were just playing for fun. All the boys wearing a Namizawa Fighters uniform were hanging their heads in disappointment. I knew almost all of their faces. Isn't everyone here a classmate? Oh, I see. We're the only school in Namizawa after all. Oh, it's Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun. You're on the baseball team too. Nebara-san. His uniform is brand new and not very dirty, fresh off the presses. I could see handmade banners with their names written on them in the grandstands. I see. Their families came to root for them in their debut game today. Okamura said he just got his bat today as a present from his dad. Brand new bat sparkled. That kind of present, man just has to perform well. Practice swinging a whole lot just for today. Tomita-san, well, went too far. He tore the skin off his hand, see? Unfortunately. His torn hand looked like it hurt, but from that injury you could sense his backbone. I get it, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a good one. Broom. Savor the Okonomiya Titans, we could hear the sound of this Kameda-kun's tremendous fastball practice. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids. But at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grass lot game, which match though it may have been. He should have understood how much better he was too. This guy. Was he being serious against opponents like these? Yep. Rena thinks it's immature. Rena's eyes grew harsh. It took a lot to get Rena mad. As for Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, they were sniffling, fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from the mid. Turned around, this left-arm Kameda-kun guy was looking at us and grinning bulkily. Anyway, that's how it is. Now that it's come to this, we have no choice. We have to engage in real battle. Yeah, looks like you have to get serious. Yep, and then we tried getting serious. But then Michan went out with a bang. Mion, embarrassed, scratched her head, then a moment later doubled over in pain. Went out with a bang? But how on earth did she end up getting injured like this? It would take a really long time to explain. The one thing I can say is that she came up empty even though she pushed herself that hard. Meh. I risked my life. I couldn't even get 1 point. Our secret plan did nothing, and now we're very sad. Couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was, but it must have been crazy enough to get her that badly hurt. She took a hit. Still though, you're still playing baseball thanks to your failing, right? Yep. Maybe Michan's last resort wasn't very baseball-like, I think we have no other recourse now, do we? It means that we need to settle the score front and center in a manner befitting a baseball game. That's right. We have to settle it like baseball. I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack. But as a member of our club, I wasn't about to accept that so easily. Like baseball? I don't know. But if we look at it like a baseball game, then we can't be picky, can we? It is our club's creed, after all. That's correct. Can't be picky. That's the virtue of our club. Oh ho ho ho. Rena and Sasoko laughed at each other delightfully. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and gave up. But the cameras are all watching very closely, so it'll be hard to cheat. Rika-chan spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching us through those cameras with giant telephoto lenses, foul play would be fairly tough. That's right. That's the bottleneck. Everyone's eyes are on us. We can't be too bold. Ow. Never did think Michan's ways were very ladylike, though. Satoko and Rika-chan both nodded behind Rena. Then let's get down to business. Our team is down 1 run, right? Right now. Plus it's the bottom of the ninth, and we already have 2 outs. If this old man's plan had gone better, we'd have our bases loaded right about now. There's no point lamenting a failed plan. Our club never loses heart, and always goes on to the next one. Satoko said eagerly, trying to cheer up downcast Mion, whose secret plan had failed. It may have failed, but Satoko still seemed to have another. Satoko, you seem pretty cheerful, which means you've got something up your sleeve, eh? Keiichi-kun, who do you think she is? It's Satoko-chan, you know? Satoko Hojo-chan. That's right. We called her Trap Master Satoko, didn't we? She would ensnare her opponent at the perfect moment, the very end. Everyone at club knew that we could never, ever let our guards down against Satoko. I may have taught her, but she's grown a lot and doesn't seem to want to stop. Sometimes even I'm astonished at how she overcomes such slim margins. By the way, me bet's next then, Satoko. We were losing by 1 point, so we could get the next runner on a base. Then a runner after that could hit a big one and the match. And that final batter was Satoko? See? You feel like we can win now, right? Can't imagine what she's got to set up, but it's gotta be some kind of trap for sure. If I were the opposing pitcher, I'd definitely walk her. There's no way Satoko was gonna hit a home run, even in my dreams. But if she was gonna stand in the batter's box normally, without any kind of plan, I can't think of anything else she could do. And the fact that you called me here, I see. I think I know where this is going. It meant that I was a necessary piece of Satoko's trap. I'm excited. I wonder what Satoko will do. Can't wait to see Satoko's walk-off home run either. Kei-chan is indispensable for this. Understand? It's our last chance at creating an upset. We absolutely cannot fail. Right. That much I know for sure. Just watch. Satoko and I will give you all front row seats to the greatest turnaround victory of all time. And I'll explain your instructions, Keiichi-san. Lend me your ear for a moment. Satoko and I huddled up in a hidden place and held a briefing that anyone watching could tell was suspicious. I wonder what Maibara-san and Hojo are talking about. That parade's not some crazy trick like the one the president used. Our teammates, Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, seemed very nervous. Rena gave them a wide smile, trying to dispel their anxiety. It'll be okay, everyone. Satoko-chan and Keiichi-kun will be able to pull this off for us. The Ryugu-san, we're up against a Koshiyun pitcher. I don't know if Satoko's traps will be much good. Now everyone, be silent and watch. You're gonna get to see an interesting game. Mion, who knew everything about to transpire, looked like she was having a hard time stifling the laughter bubbling up within her. She was so terrifying as an enemy, but so reliable as an ally. Mion waved her hands at the umpire. We've got a pinch hitter. I, Mion Sanazaki, am switching out with Keiichi Maibara. Are you sure he'll be alright? The umpire turned an uneasy gaze on the pinch hitter who had jumped in with a golf club. Don't underestimate Keiichi-kun now. The members of our club were the only ones grinning with wholehearted confidence. Oh, the halfway point? Really? What? Come on. In the middle of the match? So unfortunate. So let me take a sip of my drink. Satoko's plan was definitely simple, but scrupulous. Yo, what? How did I do that? that the up arrow? Oh, it's the left arrow. Okay. That makes sense. It even looked like the entire situation had gone according to their calculations. The fact that we were losing by 1 point, the fact that I had come late, the fact that Satoko was the last batter, it even felt kind of like this had been set up before the game started. There had been a lot of time since I got here. And during that time, the opposing pitcher, Kameda-kun, took a bathroom break. Even that felt calculated. No, this is Satoko we're talking about. So maybe she made him drink controlled laxatives to get him to use the bathroom at this exact moment. And while he was a long way off, shut up in the bathroom, our plan would begin. The opposing pitcher, Kameda-kun, there he was. Oh god. In front of the urinal, pleasantly taking care of business. He thought it was only natural he'd win a grass-like game like this, and relax enough to relieve himself without a care in the world. Maybe that was supposed to be his appeal. However, his relaxed state was itself our chance. Right now, you've already conceded to our club. I too casually walked into the bathroom. There were 3 urinals. Kameda-kun was doing his business at the farthest one. I went to the one next to him. Oh god. Normally you would leave one urinal open. Kameda-kun seemed to notice me. I'd stood right next to him after all. What? Look who it is, the big pinch hitter. Hoo hoo hoo. He recalled seeing me swing the golf club around like an idiot, and he couldn't seem to resist the urge to laugh. I, however, wasn't frustrated in the slightest. The match had already been won the moment I arrived. The game had been decided as a big upset for our team. So now, all I had to do was push things along exactly how Satoko planned. Hoo hoo hoo. I'm the one who should be laughing. What are they gonna do? I wonder if Keiichi-kun can do it. He'll be fine. When Keiichi-san is serious, he can do this much before breakfast. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, our underclassmen, asked another question with much trepidation. Is Mibara-san really gonna be able to beat that pitcher? You don't feel any confidence in Kei-chan after being in the same class with him. Someday, he could be strong enough to control all of humanity. Join Kei-chan, and you could easily rule the world. Hoo hoo hoo. The world? Our teammates exchanged glances. Did Mibara-senpai really have such incredible strength? Just what kind of strength could that be? Oh. That question caused Kameda-kun to stare in bewilderment, and for a moment he didn't know what to say. Sorry, I don't think I heard you right. Could you say that again? I smiled thinly, looked straight ahead, and said it once more, clearly. I'll say it one more time. Let us win. Right to the point. No threats, or beating around the bush, or anything. Kameda's brain couldn't figure out the meaning of what I'd said, and I could clearly tell he was confused. What are you, some kind of moron? Let you win? Are you insane? I've relayed our demands. What's your reply? Yes or no? Goes without saying. Like hell I'll let you win. Is your brain broken? Kameda didn't hide his bewilderment. He didn't want to be around someone who would babble on like this for another second. Those thoughts spilled into his expression and he quickly moved to leave the bathroom. Kameda-kun, what does victory mean for you? That's a dumb question. Priceless. Absolute supremacy. Nothing else can change it. He grinned lightly as he answered, as if to make fun of me. Hoo hoo hoo. How like a sportsman to say that. Victory decides all. No one can change that. Hoo hoo hoo. Of course not. No matter what kind of threats or bribes you come to me with, there is nothing valuable enough to make me abandon victory. I was waiting for those words. I, after spinning around 3.5 times, pointed right at Kameda's face. Then don't you think you should ask? Something worth abandoning your precious victory for. What kind of compensation you could be given? What are you saying, stupid? There's nothing that could make me do that. Hoo hoo hoo. He was denying it, but he stopped. He stopped. He was waiting. He was waiting for me to present some attractive conditions. In a magazine interview, you said your favorite foods are grilled meat and that you don't like sweets. But you lied about that, didn't you? What? For example, let's say you went to a grilled meat buffet. What exactly would be on your plate? Pork loin? Korean barbecue? Pile of beef tongue? Coo. That wouldn't be it. You wouldn't bring meat with you. It would be all the pudding and gelatin and cake you could eat. The kinds a girl would love. Pretty cute and sweet. You love Western treats like that, don't you? Kameda's face turned utterly pale. Our club already knew that he ate a mountain of desserts when he went to the grilled meat buffet. And we were all aware of his embarrassment at his weakness for sweets despite his age. Kameda-kun couldn't possibly have known that particular grilled meat buffet chain in Shishiban was owned by a member of the Sonozaki family. I'll have to be careful when I go out to eat with my parents from now on. No! I love the hearty bone-in... No. What you like is gentle, soft, cute piles of desserts topped with colorful creams. It almost makes you think of a girl, adorned in frills and ribbons, pure ignorant of shame. Cute desserts, like those girls, so clear and clean. And with your acne-laden face, your sports cut, and your lust in full display, you sully them. Munch, munch, munch. Wah, shut up! That's right. You eat desserts, but you don't love them. You just dirty them, violate them, and chew them. All you do is relish in the enjoyment of soiling them. Gah! Please, no more. My secret pleasure has been found out. I can't go on living. I have to die. Jesus. Really? You idiot. Don't end your life so easily. Kerslam! I hit him on the side of his head as hard as I could. Kameda-kun fell down like a girl. His eyes started watering, and he broke down. Wow. Ugh. I'm probably the only one in the world who thinks those things while eating desserts. Nothing but a pervert pretending to be a proper sportsman. That's right. You're a pervert. Gah! This time I didn't hit him. Instead I clapped my hands down onto his shoulders. Do not cry, Kameda. What's wrong with a man being a pervert? Dun dun. Eh? Huh? A man ought to be a pervert, but admitting it sets a man apart from those below him. You've been honest yourself. You can brag about that. You can be arrogant about it. You can be proud of yourself. Instead of blaming him, I told him to have pride in himself, and Kameda-kun couldn't hide his confusion. Yes, I have been deeply moved by what you've shown me. Desserts are nothing but sweet foods eaten after meals. That's what I thought this whole time. But I was mistaken. And you showed me that. Thanks to you, I can... Starting tomorrow, I'll be able to enjoy my desserts in a completely different way. For example, strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake? Gulp. Kameda's throat cried out. The simplicity of strawberry shortcake, indeed. It's somehow old-fashioned, like the Orthodox maids from the gaudy times of the late 1800s. Not those 30 maids with short skirts we have now. An Orthodox, fully dressed, authentic maid. It's just strawberries. But please, master, I could not prepare any more than this, so please give him a taste. That kind of honesty is unbelievably great. Please give him a taste. Such a turn-on. Turn-on? Because they're only strawberries, the soft accented cream decoration ends up looking like frills, laces, and embroidery. And she takes it, explicit with her fork for a master, an elegant aristocrat. No. It'd be wilder if she took it and sucked on it vulgarly, like her bad master in his greasy sweat. What is going on? No, more than that. Go. But that, and the strawberry, after plucking it, isn't that even better? And you let your tongue crawl over it. What kind of taste must that be? The Dentef, do you pick the strawberry? I can't hold it in anymore. I'll go to Angel Mort on the way home and make a shortcake into my plaything all I want. Hoo hoo hoo. The girls dressed up beautifully just for me. Hoo hee hee. I draw even closer to the trembling maidens, and then one by one, I show them. Hoo hoo hoo. For everyone I eat, I hold my jaw tight, just like this, and I praise the goods, wondering which to eat next. Hoo hoo hoo. Please translate girls as cake, alright? God. Keiichi-kun seems to be talking about cake combination platters, emphasis money. As if I'm showing off. I hold my jaw tight like this and gulp. Has there ever been a man such as this who could speak so passionately about a single piece of strawberry shortcake? No, there is not. There has never been, I say. Such passionate feelings are trying to melt away the stubbornness in Kameda's mind. Kameda, I'll say it one more time. Let us win. But that would... Then fine. I won't rely on you. I rejected Kameda outright and turned on the heel. Enough. We've lost this game. It's over. I don't care about it anymore. Instead, once this game is over, why don't I head down to Angel Mart and get all you can eat of gothic Lolitas decorated like Western dolls and frills and ribbons. Tonight will be the greatest feast I have ever known. Lolitas? All you can eat? Thud. Despite this being the bathroom, Kameda-kun put both his hands on the floor. Gross. I was wrong. What's wrong, Kameda-kun? If you have something to say, then say it. This is the first time I've met someone like you. Until now, I've always thought something was wrong with me, and I had to have fun secretly. What are you waiting for, you tiny man? I already said. Admitting your perversion is what separates the boys from the men. You are a man entitled to pride. Now, reach out your hand and show me how great you really are. Come with me and accept that it is our world. Clap. Kameda-kun was crying tears of gratitude, unable to speak. That was the moment we exchanged the most zealous handshake the world has ever known. The handshake of the bond of our souls, ardent and intense, tight and steadfast. For a long time, we remained that way. It was an enthusiastic handshake, as though we were two brothers separated at birth, embraced each other tightly, as though it would give us back the time we had spent apart. That was the moment the man who would pass into a legend for eating so much during Angel Mart's all-you-can-eat dessert day that he was banned from the restaurant forevermore was born. He would eventually write in his autobiography that our meeting this day was fate, but none of that had anything to do with this. Then, until later, for now, just play the game the way I described it. With just that, I turned on my heel and made to leave the bathroom. But then Kameda-kun stopped me. Wait, at least tell me your name. Who? Me? My name is Keiichi Mibara. No. I kinda didn't feel like using my real name. Anyway, maybe I should just lie to him and use a code name. Just call me K. K? Wait, is that actually an embarrassing name? I left the bathroom behind me at a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment. But from what I heard later, I apparently looked quite gallant coming out like that. Satoko to Keiichi-san, how did things go? Keiichi to Satoko, negotiations successful. We settled on he and I getting all-you-can-eat dessert at Angel Mart. Mian, no problem, right? 2 guests for Angel Mart's all-you-can-eat dessert? Roger that. I'll set it up. Shit, that means we're gonna meet Shion. I'm actually quite interested in how you negotiated with him. They had a really fun talk about how delicious dessert is, probably. How... Oh. After that, the game started again. I entered the batter's box as a pinch hitter in place of Mion, but all the pieces were already in place. Straight pitch whipped by me like a bullet, true to its name. Camera people raised their voices in wonder and clicked their shutters. A sharp pitch, as always. He's really going places this summer, isn't he? That golf club pinch hitter is standing straight up too. Hee hee. But doesn't Kameda-kun look a little strange? It's like he's got a cold sweat. Patted my shoulders with my bat and sneered at him in a relaxed voice. What's wrong, Kameda-kun? Not feeling well today? Gah. Couldn't swing at the ball because I was too busy laughing at it. Is that all you got? Grr, you little... Next pitch, with the same incredible speed as before, curved sharply, and should have thrown off the batter's skill. But Keiichi didn't move at all. He just watched coolly. You don't need any little tricks on a straight pitch, Kameda-kun. Do people fall for those curves a lot? Batters around here, that is? Hoo. Blech. But the reporters and all the people watching noticed something was strange here. Was wishes? Oshima's Kameda, the pitcher who conquered Koshien, losing the mental battle. The next straight pitch had incredible speed again, but it went a little wild. It was a ball. I snorted, not even bothering to get ready for it. What? Kameda-kun? Scared of going right down the middle? Everyone calls you the best. You never walk the batter. Shit! Murmur, murmur, murmur. The abnormal, unexpected situation spread confusion throughout the reporters. What? What is he? Who is this Keiichi Maebara? How could he be so relaxed when faced with that supreme fastball? He's just bluffing. He knows he can't win. Kameda would never throw a ball that an insincere guy like that could hit it. No, I don't think it's a bluff. They say that at a high level you can see right through others. Kameda is, without a doubt, one of the best. Which must mean you can see through to that mysterious man's true value. A really business person looking guy took off his sunglasses and gazed upon Keiichi. Huh? Is this... could it be? The idiot pinch hitter who came in cheering them on with the golf club was actually a genius? Hold on. Okay. Let me get rid of that. Oh wait, I think I have to move over here. Guess we gotta toss up a lurk. I'm sure baseball has long since lost its charm for him. Now he's trying to switch over to golf. A genius slugger? Making a transfer into the golf world? What a tremendous loss for baseball. Stop the presses. We're changing up our sports columns. Vroom. Ball. Now it's a full count. Murmur, murmur, murmur. This excessive production was, of course, all being dramatized by Satoko. The big shots constantly had their eyes on Kameda-kun. If he were to lose easily, they knew the match would have to have been fixed. Perhaps she wanted this little play of ours to create a mood where it wouldn't be strange for Kameda-kun to lose, but... Satoko, isn't this going too far? Oh ho ho ho. Do your best now, Keiichi-san. Today, this game. Tomorrow, all of baseball. I don't want any scouts actually coming after me. I'm terrified of what would happen when the jig is up. Wait, I can't be making nervous faces right now. Ball. Base on balls. Have you gotten scared, Kameda-kun? Thought you were better than this. Kameda-kun hung his head in feigned dejection. Kei-san, I did all this according to plan, right? Yeah. Well done, Kameda-kun. Keep going like this for the next batter. Let's wrap this thing up and then... Coo. We'll go get all we can eat. Grin. Kameda-kun and I exchanged evil smiles. For some reason, there were a lot of camera flashes right then. It seemed like our dear journalist friends took it as two worthy rivals, smiling to acknowledge each other's strength. As I trotted over to first base, the camera flashes continued almost to the point where they were annoying. When I got to first base, one of the reporters came over for an interview. Maebara-kun, do you plan on settling the score with Kameda-kun and Koshien? Things seem like they're about to get too big for me. Maybe I should just be honest and confess that I'm not really into baseball. Koshien? Never been interested in Japanese baseball. Sorry. Whoa! This man, right from the start, he was always aiming for the world. I become Japan's first ever big leaguer. What? The conversation was getting fantastically out of hand. I don't care anymore. I'll strike a guts pose with the cameras in desperation. Yes, Kei-chan got on base, just as planned. Next, Satoko-chan is that bat. What will she do? What will she do? Alright then. Time to get that walk-off home run and win it all. Satoko stepped up to the plate, waving the bat around. The reporters couldn't hold back their laughter, maybe because they had just seen his battle with me. Maebara-kun finally got on base, but now it's all over. I see. So this is why Kameda-kun intentionally walked him. Didn't even fight it. He waited for an easier opponent for the final out. But to avoid a direct confrontation like that, we cannot make light of him. That Keiichi Maebara. Alright. Come on now, Kameda-san. Whew. You making fun of me? Who do you think I am, anyway? No. Mibara-san was one thing, but you think I'll lose to the likes of you? Whenever this girl stepped up to bat, she had swung wildly and missed, striking out every time. This might sound rude, but however much Kameda-kun hopes back, I don't think she'll be able to hit a home run. I could hear the reporters declaring that there was no way a comeback would happen. Wait, what? Satoko. She swung wildly and missed every single time she stepped up to bat? Boom. She swung after the sound had ended, completely mistiming it. I could hear disappointed voices coming from those rooting for Hinamizawa. It's only natural. Every single batter has struck out. Even if worse came to worse, no one would get a hit. And that's why it didn't sound strange when Kameda-kun said this. I can't take it seriously with someone like you. I'll give you a chance. I'll throw the next one slow and underhanded. I'll let you get a hit or two, so you can go home and brag to mommy. Of course, these lines were all part of the plot too. From out of the corner of his eye, Kameda-kun gives me a look. Is that alright? Yeah. You did great. Looked very natural. Kameda, you're a splendid actor. No. Compared to Kei-san, I'm nothing. Go. Even that exchange was seen as heated and enthusiastic by the reporters. But Kei-san, however slowly I pitch, can this girl really hit it? Don't worry, throw the ball like we planned. I think I've got a good idea of how this will turn out. Our exchange over, Kameda-kun moved from set position into a pitching stance. Come then, throw your merciful pitch. I'll hit a huge home run off of it. She had struck out every time she was at bat. When I heard that, my vague ideas became firm beliefs. And out of Kameda-kun's hand comes a slow, lazy pitch, as though they were playing catch. Normal people would probably be able to hit it, but for Satoko, who had been striking out the whole time, just when people started to think that way, the members of our club had already realized that Satoko's trap had begun. Well, it was true. Striking out constantly today had all been laying the groundwork for this moment. An act. All to make it feel like Kameda-kun letting off the gas wasn't strange at all. Which meant, in other words, that Satoko planned this all from the start. Crack! Whoa! She got it! Look at it go! I don't even need to run, do I? Oh. Super huge home run Satoko hit disappeared over the roof of the school. The reporters lost their words at the sight. And then, roars of applause. Despite this being what we'd anticipated, I can't help but stare in mute amazement at the gorgeous home run. Satoko strutted over to first base. Come on, what are you doing, Keiichi-san? Second base is that way. Satoko, you're really good at baseball. Satoko grinned, showing her fang-like canines in reply. Come to think of it, she played baseball a lot with Tomita-kun and the others during lunch, didn't she? The fact that they always invited her to play meant she was by no means bad at it. And you purposely struck out all those times? Since before Kameda-kun even got here? Jeez, you really got something for every occasion. I say this all the time, do I not? I only have one trap, and when everything is about to come to a conclusion, it's enough that I don't even have to worry. Ho ho ho. Damn it. That sounded kinda cool. Basically, she was just bragging about hitting the ball. But when Satoko did it, it looked so cool. We crossed home plate in order. Me, then Satoko, and completed our walk off home run. Our teammates welcomed us back with their blessings. But Mibara-san, that was amazing. Totally cool. Never thought it would happen. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun praised me. How about that, Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun? I turned things around just fine. Rena thinks you were cool too. Good work. Huh, it was nothing. I briskly clapped my hand against Rena's outstretched palm. Satoko did brilliantly too. She gave us a spectacular ending. Who do you think I am? Ho 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 ho. Man, can't underestimate her. Satoko Hojo. Kei-chan was great too. Winning Kameda over like that. He is a magician of duplicity. Hahaha, Rika-chan, I don't think that's a compliment. But really, if only Keiichi-san could have pulled off such a drastic move. I wouldn't have been able to do it myself. I would very much like you to teach me sometime. Satoko learned such displays of power. That's terrifying to even imagine. I prefer if you didn't mimic me. After declaring the match over, the umpire came to us. Well, I never. You actually won. I'm shocked. You said Totoko could hit, didn't we? So why does this guy get a character, but Kameda doesn't? Well, I guess Kameda's right. Never mind. You said Totoko could hit it, didn't we? You didn't believe us at all. The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Totoko, smiling dryly. And Keiichi-kun was amazing too, wasn't he? Keiichi-kun is actually the most reliable person here. Well, when I saw him come in with that golf club, I certainly had my doubts, but that breathtaking battle against Kameda-kun had me on the edge of my seat. Right, that breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would have realized that while everyone thought this was a fair match, Kameda-kun and I were thinking about our evil dessert violating ways. Excuse me, coach? I remember your promise, do you not? Yeah, this is... Guess I have no choice. Ha ha, we did it. Keiichi-kun, this means we're having a barbecue meetup tomorrow. Wait, so where's the Watanagashi? Huh. Miranda clapped her hands, and we all began to dance with joy. Tomita-kun and our other teammates were jumping up and down too. What's that about? A barbecue meetup? Hey, wait, what on earth are you talking about? Ho 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 ho. He made a promise that if we won today's game, he'd treat us to a barbecue party with all kinds of high-class meats. Wasn't looking good for a while when Kameda-kun appeared, but thanks to Keiichi-san, we won that privilege. I see. So that's what this is about. It was certainly not a game we could have lost. Erie's big wallet will be so sad. So sad. You're right about that, but I did make a promise. When we eat, we do it without any mercy. We eat to feed our growing bodies after all. Ha ha ha. Alright everyone. Tomorrow, we dine like kings. Yeah! All the members of the Hinamizawa fighters raised their fists high in the air and cheered. Rika-chan was petting the head of the umpire, who was smiling painfully at the off-kilter remarks. He gave her his head, and looked like he was about to cry. Looked like the price of victory would be pretty big. You beat me, but I have no choice since I promised. Guess I should go shopping for some meat. Coach, get some grade A beef like you promised. We won't forgive you if you buy nothing but vegetables to keep it cheap. Boo-hoo. The umpire, whom they were calling Coach, grinned dryly, crestfallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he was wearing had Hinamizawa Fighters written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire, he is actually our team's coach. Mibara-kun, is that alright? Can I call you that? Huh? Yeah. This comeback wouldn't have happened were it not for you getting on base. Please, come to tomorrow's barbecue. No, besides that, would you please consider joining the team? If you were with us, we could dominate the whole prefecture. Coach, let's leave that aside for now. You should be more worried about your wallet. Ho 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 ho. Despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along very well with him. Coach, huh? Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Irie, coach of the Hinamizawa Fighters. Oh, is it the brother of the teacher? He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it with my own in reply. I'm Mibara. Nice to meet you. Then the coach took his other hand and began to stroke mine softly. What smooth hands you have. Such a narrow grain. You surely take good care of them. Huh, silky smooth. Huh? Hey, wait. I must strictly instruct our maids to take this good care of their skin as well, and punish the bad ones who don't. Maids? What are you talking about? Huh. Such velvety hands. I just want to put them to work. Huh. What? The coach's eyes were spellbound, and as his solutions floated through his very own original magical universe, he made a supremely satisfied smile. How do I put this? Who the hell is this guy? Isn't it Irie-sensei? Or no, Chie-sensei. Right, never mind. Okay. Not related. He looks so flustered. Our coach is a little strange. But he's really funny, you know? You know? I felt like you couldn't measure him by saying strange or funny. I really didn't think we'd get along. Snap! The other self in my mind made a witty retort for some reason. Come on, settle down already. You're making Keiichi-san uncomfortable. Ha! Silky smooth. The coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Satoko hit him with a threefold wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. Oh, he's gotta be important because he's got a picture, right? That's usually how it works, right? We got Tomita, we got Oishi-san, we got Takano, Shion, new tips. Well, that's the end of the day. That's the end of the chapter. New horizons. Strawberry shortcake. Let's see what the tip is. Soko's trap course advanced. I guess there's gonna be a master trap course. It was a peaceful lunch break. Cloud splash. What? What was that? I just heard something really loud from the hallway. What was it? What was it? We rushed into the hallway, and to our surprise, Coach was there with a water bucket overturned on his head. Coach, are you okay? Man, you sure got me. Hello, everyone. Coach greets us, cool and calm. What's going on, Coach? You don't come to school very much. Well, I do come here once a week as part of my job. I've been quiet here for a while, but I totally let my guard down. Hahaha. Satoko-chan's little tricks always come when you least expect them. Will you be okay in those clothes? Oh, I'm fine. I was just thinking of taking a nice bath. This is actually cooling me off. You sure are calm, Coach. In fact, you never get mad. It really makes you come off as an adult. She was right. If I were Coach, I would have started running around with a bucket still in my head looking for her. His adult way of not getting mad at every little child's prank was admirable. Listen, Mibara-san. Things like this, changing your perspective just a little can make it either irritating or pleasant. It's all about how you react to it. There's some secret trick to staying so calm after getting hit in the head with a bucket filled with water that I'm begging you, tell me. Well, for example, let's say there was this old and traditional family, dating back to the Meiji era. Okay. Let's say they had many maids under their employ. Being a large house, of course, they have all kinds of maids, from the veteran ones who turn mean and don't want to give up their jobs, to the new ones who are young and full of energy. See? Can you imagine that? Yes? What? What? Yes. A space filled with dreamy maids in pink and peach, adorned with frills and headbands, with Coach at their center, began to spread out before me. The newer maids, with all their youthful vitality, giving everything they have to please their master. But the older maids won't allow that to happen. They find fault with everything they do, bullying them and tormenting them all day long. Look, there's still so much dust here. Oh, I'm so sorry. Do it over. Splash. The bucket falls upside down on the maid. She's soaking wet. She wants to cry, but she still puts on a brave face. Haha. Maids. Oh god. How? I don't get it, but it sounds fun. Maybe Rena should be a maid too. Ah, geez, stop. You've even infected Rena. And you, Kei-chan. Don't go getting lost forever in Coach's world. If not for this character trait, Coach would be a good person too. Once Satoko Hojo-san sighed it. I say, Satoko-san, what is this? I say, look at all this dust. I say, it's time for you to be punished. What? Yeah. Coach plucked Satoko up and started giving her a spanking. Jesus. Satoko-chan, you're so cute. Satoko-kan, put traps together with such brilliant predictions. It's so strange how she can't predict the very end, though. Is it? I think Satoko-chan wanted this to happen. She wanted it. Satoko wanted this outcome? What do you mean by that? Spanking fetish. When she plays pranks on people like this, they always get mad and chase her around. Don't you think it's like a form of communication? Sounds like a terrible way to communicate. Don't people normally say hello to each other? Oh, Keiichi-kun, haven't you heard of it? Haven't you heard it of before? People who play lots of pranks are actually lonely and want people to pay attention to them. Rene gave a cool smile and laughing abruptly explained. That's what I mean. If Satoko-chan plays a trick on someone, she wants them to get mad at or laugh and chase her. It's kind of like a kitty biting you softly. Don't you think it's cute? Oh. You'll definitely be surprised right here and jump backwards. So if I put it in this spot, it will work for certain. Satoko, regaling us with her trap philosophy, was improving the already brutal trap hell on the mountain. Frenna was right, and her trap's hard to get people to pay attention to her. And all of these traps on this mountain were basically a crystallized form of those feelings. Alone with Rika-chan, setting up trap after trap after trap in the mountains, always waiting for someone to fall into them. But nobody needs to come to this mountain in the first place. Without a doubt, she and Rika-chan had spent a lot of time imagining how victims caught in their traps would react. Satoko, separated for so long from her beloved Nini, Satoshi. With her stubbornness, she never once said that she wanted him to come home. But all the traps sleeping on the mountain told me how Satoko really felt. Keiichi-san, are you listening? Oh, sorry about that. What did you say? All you have to do is pound one nail to the tree trunk like this, and it's already a great trap. If you trip up right there and smack your forehead into it, it would really hurt. A human hammer pushing a nail into your forehead? Yeah, that sounds painful. If it was someone really, really evil, this trap could put them to death. Do so look forward to seeing what sort of villain gets caught by it. Why do you keep glancing at me like that? Are you saying you want me to fall for it? I could get really badly hurt, you know. Maybe you shouldn't be using this trap. Is that so? Well, it is true that I can't use traps without love behind them. Then I'll just move the nail here so that if the villain really reforms their behavior, they won't get caught by it. Satoko immersed herself in adjusting the nail's position. Traps of love, huh? Maybe Coach is right. Just by reacting a little differently, everything changes. Come to think of it, maybe you can feel humor and warmth even when Satoko's traps get you. All finished. Now it's absolutely perfect where it is. What do you think, Keiichi-san? Yeah. It's perfect. Hope a villain comes along and gets caught by this trap. Ho 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 ho. No, of course it would be better if that didn't happen. Looked a little painful, but I considered coming here sometime and getting caught in it. Just a piece of Toko. I guess so. I forget if I looked at the changes. Well then, right, never mind. There's only been 3 tips. We're at the very beginning of the game. There's the end of Chapter 3. So wait, so if there's a barbecue tomorrow, then what happens to Tanagashi? How does that work? There's been no mention of the job, there's been no mention of Rika training. It's all very weird. What is going on in this world? Yeah, unfortunately I gotta stop there. I'm sure something juicy is gonna happen at the barbecue, but we'll save that for, next time. But yeah, I think, let's see what's going on. Yeah, I think that's it. So thanks again to Lol Your Mom Suck for the follow. It's a good name. And thanks again to Jimmy Jam for the raid. Appreciate it. And yeah, that's the stream. So we'll pick this up tomorrow at some point. It's not going to be 6:30, unfortunately. But at some point. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, that's the stream. So thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys later. Have a good one. And bye.